Hello guys, how's it going? My name is ManteXD and today I'm accompanied by DevilDriven. Cheers, DevilDriven. How's it going, bro?
I'm good, Manny. How's it going today?
Pretty good, man. Well, check this out. So this patch has been out for a little bit already, right? And this is when we start to see the impact that certain cards have within the game and the degree of that impact. Some cards have much more impact than others, and some others just lack that extra oomph and they just don't see any play. We can help but to actually try to determine which cards are what we call OP or underpower. So with that being said, here is our list of what cards we would like to see change for the better or for worse. Me and my buddy DevilDriven, we're gonna pick one of each one and then we're gonna go for neutrals. So why don't we start with monsters? Bro, the floor is all yours. Who are we watching at?
One card I wish that it saw a little bit more play, and I don't know if it really needs changed, but it seems to be like it sounds really good, but it just doesn't get played at all, and that's DRAUG. Especially if you play it with the relics, with the fiends and stuff, you would think you would get a lot of value out of this, and +2 with stealing your opponent's spells, you know, the way Speletel is right now, if you could steal their second version of Marigold's Hailstorm or just give them a 4 strength body, it doesn't seem that bad, but it just don't really get played at all. How I would change it, I don't know, but I wish this card was a little bit more involved in the scene. I think it's a great card, but right now I just don't. Probably because Monsters just has so many good gold cards. I mean, they got Succubus, Wild, Woodland Spirit, Karen. It's just, you know, you got Gels as well. It's really tight in the gold spot for Monsters. So I guess he needs a little bit of help. I'm not sure how to change him, but I'd like to see him come into the scene.
I see. First of all, it took me a little bit to get to this card because I was like, wait a minute, where is it? And I couldn't even couldn't even
see it.
spot it. I know, I couldn't even see it, man. But overall, this the very first time that I saw play, it was 3 days ago, and I was like, what? What happened? Okay, I guess we just move on. It's
not
these
very.
situations.
It sounds impactful, but yeah,
we just Rick and Morty all over this, dude.
Right.
Yeah, but go ahead.
What's your pick for monsters, man?
So my pick for monsters is actually a bronze card, and I don't know if it needs any change whatsoever. I don't even know if it's like just not being played just because it doesn't fit the archetype, but Rotfiend. Dude, Rotfiend looks amazing, okay? Number 1. Number 2, the effect sounds legit, right? Like 8 and then damage everything by 2, but like you actually mentioned, you made a comparison, Rotfiend and the Scoia'tael version of it, which would be the Trapper kind of thing, right? It's actually, I actually like the Trapper a little bit better because there is no activation required to lose your own strength. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually, in a way, I think that is why most people don't like to play it, because you're going to end up losing 8 plus, you know, it's just and requires setup. So that's why Rotfiend is my choice for the monster faction, dude. What do you think about it?
Yeah, like I said, it just seems like a worse Trapper because you're throwing the body away because it has to be destroyed. I mean, yeah, it hits when it dies on the carryover, but it has to be on that row and everything else. It's just you're sacrificing strength to remove strength, and it seems like productive or whatever.
Well, those are our pick for monsters, and why don't we move on to Nilfgaard? Nilfgaard, what's your pick, bro?
For me, the one card I'd like to see changed a little bit is Assassin. I just feel like it shouldn't be able to just knock out a gold outright. Silver's fine, but this little, one strength unit being able to take out anything that's gold that isn't, buffed or higher than 10, it's too much. It's too big of an answer. Plus, two, you can re-pull it with, if you play one medic, you could re-pull this thing. You put one in one of these, you got two strength units that can pretty much nuke, 20 strength off your board, and it's, a gold unit. So I just think it needs to be changed to just bronzes and silvers. Gold cards in general right now is just, they're vulnerable now, so them being able to just get completely eliminated by this little card shouldn't be. So I'd like to just see that little change for him.
I see what you're saying. My problem is not that he eliminates the gold cards just in that aspect, but my problem is that there is so many ways that you can get him. There is,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when when you try to play around it, even when you try to play around it, it's like you can't, because you can get the emissary, you can get the silver card, you can get a chain into an assassin. So the assassin is always like an aspect of it. Sometimes I have even gotten like Vico Varo into my Priestess of Freya into an assassin. It's just
right.
Oh no, it's just simply Vico Varo into assassin. It's just stuff like that really bothers me. The part that you always try to play around it, but somehow there's always an answer to try to get.
And and you can, like I said, you can keep pulling it with a medic. You just put one medic in there, you throw out an emissary, you get a medic, you throw this guy back out, and all of a sudden your other gold card, as long as it just takes it right out. I mean, if the ones that are gold have armor, it still lives, I believe. But the ones that don't, they're just sealed, taken out by a one strength bronze unit.
I think that everybody knows my pick. I think it's one of my favorite Nilfgaard cards, and that is Fake Siri. I think that these days there is too much like. No, not saying that this is a bad thing, but there's too much card interactions going on, right? So there is so many card interactions. There is so many logs going on. There is so many like one-shotting a card. There is so much going on that Fake Siri, it doesn't see any play because you just simply won't see it until the end. You're basically throwing away a turn at this point. And the reality of it is that I really like the what's it called, the effect, right? You put it on the other side, starts growing, and then switch. But I don't know, man. And I do see the appreciation of trying to get in that whenever you play it on your side, strength is by 3, I do see that aspect. But I just think the meta is just not ready for Fake Siri. What do you think?
No. Yeah, it's definitely one of those cards that just if you play it and they lock it, you just gave them strength, or if they have the answer and they're able to kill it, you just wasted a silver slot on it. So if it works out, man, it ends up tearing it up. But if they have the answer for it, man, you feel really bad, especially in Nilfgaard where the silvers are really, really good.
Know that can be said for any card. Like if it works out, well, if it works out, any card is good.
Yeah.
So I think that's mainly why Fake Siri is my pick for the Nilfgaard. And moving on, just with that being said, I actually really like with what they did with Nilfgaard overall. I like how they play. I like their style. It's pretty freaking damn cool. But moving on. DevilDriven, the floor is all yours because we're moving to Northern Realms, and I know that you have a nemesis in this faction.
Yeah, there's two of them, but I picked one that not a lot of people talk about, and that's the KAEDWENI Siege Master. No, the Siege Support. I'm sorry. They I just feel like they shouldn't be able to. They shouldn't be able to hit the spawn units. If the Savage Bear had that ability taken away from them to where they couldn't hit spawn units, then I don't think this thing should. Because a lot of times Henselt, they'll pull all three of these off of their card. You either A, pass because you're not going to be able to keep up, or B, you try to keep up. And if they play stuff like, you know, they go from reinforcements to Stennis. Stennis gets 3 strength. Then they pull a PFI. That's, you know, another 9 strength right there. It just shouldn't pull the spawned units. As long it'd be okay with me if you hit just when it starts hitting the spawned units, especially when you got 2 or 3 of these on the board. It gets too out of hand, especially since
I saw it.
Commander's Horn and stuff like that. It's just, I think it's unfair. I mean, Skellige got their, you know, Savage Bear nerfed. I'm an eye for an eye kind of guy. It's like, I really liked, you know, Scoia'tael's version of that, but I feel like this one's kind of flying under the radar, and it needs to get the axe hammer here, the nerf hammer.
In a way, the consistency of it, right? The way how it feels that, you know, right, you're gonna have one, then the other one should be like that. I get that part. My aspect of it also is because of that combo, the Henselt combo. Like, it's very, very difficult to follow that up. It's extremely difficult. I just really don't know how to keep it, or even how to fix it. Maybe, perhaps, like you say, just what's it called? So it won't buff spawn units. That might be a point to it, but at this point, like I say, he flies under the radar, and he's still there. But dude, I got you. We're gonna talk about one of the silver cards from the Northern Realms that is terrorizing, and that card is Prince Stennis. Dude, you and I know that I don't even have it on my list. Dude. You know that, you know that I don't even have it. I'm not guilty, okay? I'm not guilty of doing this, guys. I'm not guilty. I'm a fair player. I'm playing, but yeah, dude. So Prince Stennis, the way that we spoke about it before, and the way that we would change it is by making him Relentless Doom. And the reason why we do this is because, dude, whenever he sees three plays, oh my god, it's so painful. Like, I saw it on the Brazilian tournament. He got played, he got decoyed, and then he got rest with Shani. I was like,
it happens.
So much value.
Yeah, it happens so often too, because the deck that most people play this in, it thins so well that you can do that, you know. And then you could, if you didn't draw Shawnee, you just put it back in the deck with Naneke, and then you hope to draw it with. It's like there's so many ways to play it 3 times. It's so annoying, and it's to me it's like their operator. It should do it once. That's it, you know. It's like the old King of Beggars card. It's just so annoying, man. It just burns through your deck so efficiently, and it's like you throw it out once, okay, it gets the armor, or if you res it with Shawnee, then it has 10 armor. Then you pull a northern or a heavy cavalry, and you just gave the heavy cavalry 10 armor. It's just sitting there thudding on its armor like, thanks, dude, you're the best. You know, I hate this card so much. It gets my blood pressure so high. I get pissed.
We can hear it through the microphone right now. No, but seriously,
dude,
Prince Stennis, dude,
I just keep reenacting all the times I've been fucked by this card. It's just, it gets me so mad.
Dude, we all have been victims by it, and some of them are guilty of overusing it. We know who you are. Your name is on the ladder. we know who you are.
Right.
But yeah,
Right.
those are our 2 selections for Northern Realms. Let's go for a faction right now, which is our green, our Scoia'tael faction. What's your pick, bro?
For me, I just wish Malena got played more. I don't know how you could change her to make her better. Maybe if you played her on the other side, she did damage instead of just pulling a random unit. You know, give her something where she takes like 1 strength off of something when she pulls a unit to that row. I mean, you did give up 4 strength to do it. You know what I mean? I think it would be fair if you got 4 turns out of it to knock 4 armor off it to at least drop a counter play. She is a silver too. It's like, you know, it's like you're just throwing 4 silver. I mean, granted, the dream is to just have her keep pulling down for a Marigold's row, but it'd be nice if she did a little bit of damage when she was doing that. I mean, she's just such a cool looking card. I mean, it should see play more, I think, but I think they need to give her like a little bit of a buff with some damage.
I think. No, sorry, I'm coughing now. I think that if she had like moved 2 cards and this then her normal effect, I think nobody will call OP. I don't think anybody will call OP. You know what I'm saying? So if she will have an impact instantly at the beginning, like move 2 cards, it can be on your opponent's side or it can be your side, and then she starts moving as overtime. I think that more people will be inclined to play Malena because once again, it's instant value over possible value, right? Possible value is a possibility, but it's not very realistically. In Gwent, there's a lot of people who will like just simply rather pass than deal with a situation like this. And that's not necessarily good because you're going to end up playing another card just to try to catch up because Malena is only 4 strength. So for that being said, that's how I would change it, man. But that's actually really, really good choice.
Yeah. I think it'd be... I really like the card. I used to play it in my other Spell and Tell list, and it worked out okay, but I wish it was just a little bit better. Just a little bit. It just needs a little bit of a tweak. Maybe some strength to it, too. You know, maybe bump it up to like a... If you throw it on the other side, make it like a, you know, 2 or something like that. Granted, it'd be easier to kill, but maybe, you know, less strength would be better. So I don't know. I just like the card, and I wish it was played more.
One of the cards that I would change, and I'm pretty sure that. Okay, here. This is when we're gonna get YouTube comments, dude. I'm telling you. I actually think that we should change what's his name, Marauder. MAHAKAM Marauder. Yeah, I think that if he's going to get strength for trying to get kill, you know, I think that he should be at least 7, so at least he can be removed by one go. You know what I'm saying? Because what are you gonna do to remove all that? It gets out of hand quick. So I understand that the archetype is necessary for, like, you know, the way that is working, which I'm not saying take away. I'm just saying that MAHAKAM Marauder should be one of those cards that you should be able to remove, or at least have a fair chance to remove at once. So MAHAKAM the Marauder.
Yeah, 8 is kind of high. Yeah, especially for a unit that's going to be constantly growing. You know, you have other cards that grow over time, and they're definitely not 8 strength. So it like you said, you hit this thing with lightning, and it only cuts it in half. You know, it's kind of tough, but yeah, I agree with you. The strength on it's way too high.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like that MAHAKAM Marauder is the toughest dwarf I've ever met. It gets so scary. Pretty quick, dude. That
old list that the Tragic had with the Tremors. Oh my god, that list was broken.
Yeah, I'm glad that things changed, man. That was pretty good.
You showed me that list, and man, I'm just like, that's how I got up to rank 17 so fast. I'm just like, geez, oh man, I went like 12-0 with it. And for me to go 12-0 with a list is something's wrong.
Is that how CDPR like checks it out? Guys, DevilDriven just went 12-0. There is something fishy going on. Everybody on deck.
Nerf this shit quick. Hurry up. This guy didn't even make it to 4,200 last season, and he's just wrecking the ladder. It's like, we got to get this out of here quick.
Oh man. That was pretty funny. But let's talk about our purple dude, because we had a really cool deck, and I really like that deck. I'm actually just playing that deck as that's my only deck that I've been playing on the ladder because I like it that much. But tell me, dude, what would you change about the purple? About Skellige?
For Skellige, my pick was VABJORN again. In a current meta right now where there's a lot of green strength, he's just useless. The enemy has to be damaged for him to destroy it. And when you got Northern Realms with a big back row of green stuff, he's not going to do anything. He is cursed though. I just realized that. I didn't realize it was cursed, so that it has some skull synergy too. I don't know if you could pull him with. I don't know if you could. It says any. No, it's bronze or silver, so no, you can't pull him with skull.
No, I was gonna say I think it's bronze or silver, but if not, we already had an episode.
But yeah, he just the way he is now, he's just a 10, a 12 strength. He's like a bad TRISS.
Man, I don't know. I think not just that, but this is gonna sound like Manti. What the fuck are you talking about? But the fact that he's 10 strength, he puts it at risk of a lot of things. So you have to get value already over different kind of setups. For example, if you're Axeman, you want your target to die over time, so you have the most value to your Axeman as possible. And also denying this kind of unit is actually kind of risky, you know what I'm saying? So technically, yes, you're getting those points at once, but then what happens, It's you're technically taking those points away, a little bit of those points taking away from yourself as well. And I've never thought about it until you just pointed out. VABJORN has been flying under my radar, and I bet under a lot of people's radar.
Yeah, I'd like to see him have the old Yorveth tag where if something's moved, he does damage to it. I think that'd be great with the way, especially the way the harpooners are. I'd probably throw him in a list if he did that, because the harpooners would do some big damage if you move him into a big row, and then he would hit him as well. I think that would be great. I mean, yeah, +2, maybe drop the strength down a little bit, but something where he was constantly, being utilized. Right now, I mean, I'd rather run, S-School than this guy, because I mean, at least I know I can kill something outright. I mean, I don't know. It just, I'd like to see him in a different version. I think he'd be cool like that. With, right now the Axemen don't really have a lot of help other than Weather and Herald. So well, I'd like to see him maybe, being able to do that. If you move a unit, damage it by 2 or something like that. I think that'd be great. Yeah,
that definitely would be kind of cool. There is, I've been struggling a little bit to pick my Skellige card, and the reality of it is that most of them seem like actually pretty fair. Some of them are a little bit, a little tiny bit undertuned, but I can see it if it went the other way around. It would be overpowered, so I'm not even going to mention them. The only thing that I kind of really I struggle to try to understand is HJALMAR, because right now the interaction with what's it called, with goals, the fact that you can target them makes HJALMAR, in my opinion, really bad, man. you're giving them a 5, but then even after you kill that, they have the interaction with that, which is going to get like scorch. Then it's like, ugh, ugh. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't really. He just doesn't seem as good as he used to. I'll agree with you there.
Yeah, because like you're committing, right? And then like I remember like I was at the beginning of this season, I was trying to play a little bit, you know. So I played HJALMAR, I killed my giant, and I got a scorch. I'm like, oh, I forgot. You know, so at that point I understood the liability that it was. That just, oh man, I don't know what happened there. I have no idea what happened, but yeah, that's the reason why I don't longer play HJALMAR, because it's extremely unreliable, like extremely unreliable.
Yeah, it ain't like it used to be. When it was immune to everything, yeah, it was great. But right now, like you said, he's too big of a target.
Yeah, also with an infiltrator, gets accused of being a spy, the next thing you know, he gets Meno, boom, game over, man. Game over.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are the reasons why I haven't done that. And I haven't played actually HJALMAR. And the other one is because I really like the deck that we showed to the people the other time. So, that leaves us with our neutral cards, man. Listen, Devil, I'm pretty sure that this decision is gonna change the way people looked at us. So, neutral cards, which one is next?
Right now, I hate Stennis the most, but this is like a 1A, and that's Avalok. I hate this card. I hate Mill. I don't want to play a game for 45 minutes to lose. It's so dumb. They need to make this card just a one-hitter quitter. Just, you know, you play it and it's done. That's it. It disappears, because or they need to make it to where the deck size is just one, you know, standard thing of, if you don't want to make it 25, make it 30, but having to put in, you know, 40 cards to deal with a mill deck, or 35 or whatever, it's just, I hate mill. I can't stand it. I like to play like a 15-minute game at the most, sitting here and watching some dude just flip cards over and over again while I can't do anything about it. And people will say, oh, you could play around mill. It's like, I shouldn't have to. Flat out. It's like you're putting in so many cards in the deck that, you know, I don't know. I guess I'm just so accustomed to playing, you know, lists that just thin so well that, you know, being punished for making an effective, it just seems like a, you know, it's BS to me. So I would change Avalok to make him doomed, or I would make
like
him
that.
Or stubborn. Make him stubborn.
No, but okay, so this is what happens with Avalok. I think that Avalok itself is not the issue. I just think that the way that Mill works within this game is different than the way Mill works within other games. You know what I'm saying? So, because the reason you're actually paying one card just to keep playing, if you think about it. Doesn't matter what card it is, you have to play it in order to keep playing that round. Otherwise, you forfeit. So, perhaps that's the reason for it. Overall, I don't have a personal vendetta against Avalok for that, but you know, I understand the frustration. I have seen a lot of people on streams who are like, okay, so this is Mill. Okay, he got the Avalok combo. Nothing I can do. See ya. And they just move along because they don't want to play a 30-minute game where you're just gonna get Mill completely and you just have to pay a card, which the value technically doesn't matter because they're gonna keep getting more and more and more. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's Avalok itself. I don't think so, but I get your point, dude. Very valid point as well. And with that being said, I'm gonna go another underpowered card. TRISS Butterfly Spell. TRISS
Triss
Butterfly
butt.
Spell. TRISS bot, man. She's bot these days, dude. She's not much bot. She's actually more of ass, you know. But the reason for this is because of the gold interaction once again. And before the patch, people would play TRISS bot and then they will start the combo going on. Now if you play TRISS bot, that thing is gone and you won't what's it called, take that with anything. And then you might be like, well, Mante, play it a different way. Well, the setup that you have to get for TRISS bot is gonna be kind of, I don't know, man, not worth. Whenever you can play other gold cards that are probably going to give you more, as much or more value than that. Like even Ragnarok or DRAUG, whenever like you play it for 6 and then they just clear it, well, you went positive 6 and they took an neutral turn. So that is actually, in my opinion, still value compared to TRISS bot. Like, man, you put it down, you're setting up for something, you lock, done. It's done, dude. You know, it's one of those situations. Like that.
Yeah. Now that it's just a plain fact that if your gold doesn't have an instant effect, it's probably a liability. It's gonna get removed, or it's not gonna pull its weight in gold. There you go.
I see what
it's just. It's just it needs some type of armor or something for it to be somewhat playable, because like you said, it even if it ticks in the frost for 3 turns, if it hit 1 unit, it only got 6. You know what I mean? It's like it's too slow, and it's just not worth it. There's better options.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, man. Like I'm telling you, this is the reason why I picked TRISS bot, and that's pretty much our cards. That's pretty much the things that we would like to be changed. Now remember, this is not a rant, this is a healthy conversation, and whenever you guys go into the forums and go ranting, don't do that. Do it in a proper way, like a smart adult. Smart adults get treated like that, and you know, I'm pretty sure that there is a way to go about things. You know, you can just go through a ramble, a rant, and just, you know, don't do anything healthy for the community. Or you can actually have a normal adult conversation and try to do something about it. Now, these are our cards. These are our personal choices. So obviously mine will be the same as yours. And if they're not, just let us know why. Feel free to tell us which cards we miss and why. So, DevilDriven, anything you would like to tell the community?
No. If you want to rant like a baby on Reddit, do it for Stennis. Just go make a 500-page essay on that thing to get it changed. I'll thumbs up it, no problem. But no, seriously, yeah, it's not just throwing out a bunch of, you know, you're stupid and, you know, just toxic remarks. It's like, make your point, you know, make a fair judgment about it, and then, you know, 9 times out of 10 you can make people listen, unless they're hard-headed. But, you know, it's like, I usually, you know, can listen to people and, you know, come up with their side of, or their point of view from it if you present it the right way. But when you just, you know, like Manny said, sound like a spoiled kid, you know, it doesn't really come off as well. So that's all for me, man. You know, like always, hit the thumbs up button for us. We're trying to keep the lights on over here.
Help. No, but all good, man. Like, really, we just hope that you like this content. We just hope that you like what we do. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.